Okay, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Countless Vlogcast. I'm your host, Justin Rich, and in a minute I'll bring my guest on, Bev Lattimore of Dazzling Accessories. I bring her on. Good evening, everybody. All right, welcome.
Hi,
How are
how
you?
are you, Justin?
I'm doing well. So, introduce yourself, your business, and a little about yourself.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Velvet Lattimore, and I'm the owner of Dazzling Accessories. My boutique is a accessories boutique where I showcase many different accessories by artists of color, and everything is handmade by local designers, and mostly all made within here of the United States.
Okay. So, what inspires you to start your business? Like, what was that turning point for you to become an entrepreneur and start your business?
Well, I left the corporate world. I worked in the fashion industry as a production coordinator for a couple of years, and I kept having issues with jobs, like keeping a job. Either
Mm,
the job will go out of business, or like I would just get randomly fired,
mm,
or like
yeah.
so stuff like that kept happening. And so I was fortunate enough to receive a really good package at one of the companies I was working at, and after being laid off, they gave me a compensation package and I
Mm.
got unemployment. So I took that money instead of looking for another job, but to literally like just start my own thing. And I started
Mm.
my own business.
Wow. So how's it been so far since you started? Like, what's been the feedback from like customers and other clients? How's it been so far?
It's been pretty good. Like, I mean, I started the business in 2007,
Okay.
but I was an actual brick and mortar. So I had a store, a physical storefront
Mm,
for 8 years in Brooklyn. And last year, I actually transitioned to online only because the
mm,
rent just kept going up and up and up. So this is my first kind of year really working hard at being online, and it's been going good. I was a little nervous at first because I'm
hmm.
used to the one-on-one contact that you get from people
Yeah.
coming into the store. So it was a challenge for me being online, and so it's been good. It's been
Mm.
really good being selling online.
So tell us a little about when you first became entrepreneur to like now. What were your first thoughts when you first became entrepreneur? Was it like you were, like scared or you like excited or how'd you feel?
I was super nervous.
Mm,
Like in the beginning, I was very into it, and things were really flowing. But again, as I was telling you, Justin, I was getting unemployment.
mm,
So I was kind of living off my savings and unemployment. I was able to pay rent and stuff like that. But as that started winding down, that's when I got really scared because, it gets really real when you don't have like a cushion. And
hmm.
there were times where I was so nervous, I was just like not sure if it was going to continue to keep growing. And there were times where it was really rough, and I couldn't get on a train and all kind of stuff. But
Mm.
so in it, the struggle is real. So I'm not gonna lie to you about
Yeah,
that.
of
But
course, of
I
course.
persevered through it. Yeah,
So what makes you unique and makes you different from other businesses like yours?
I think it. Well, now especially more than ever. But back then when I started, I was like the only one really showcasing black and brown designers.
Mm,
So everything in the store was local stuff. So everybody in the neighborhood or like within Brooklyn and who were in New York City were featured in my shop. And I provided a platform for artists that probably normally could not get into a store because you know
mm,
how hard it is to get into a store as a designer. It's equally harder when you are a person of color. So, I was really already on that black wave before now.
hmm.
Like now people are really jumping on it due to all that's going on in the world today. But back in 2007, it was just sort of like, something a little new and unique. And that's what made my shop very, very unique because when people
Mm,
would come in, people would say, "Oh, this is really nice." And there was a connection between the product and the designer, where you could see the craftsmanship and the hard work that the designer puts into the
mm.
accessory.
Okay, so what
So
are some of the like products and accessories you're talking about? Like what are you guys selling in your store?
I
Or
sell handbags, jewelry. Like I'm wearing a pair of earrings now that I resell by a designer. She's from St. Croix. And some of the rings I have on. Um, and I sell accessories only, mainly accessories. So I don't sell like clothes or apparel or
mhm.
anything like that. I think the most non-accessory that I sell is like t-shirts, but even that I'm not saturated with t-shirts. It's mostly accessories like bracelets, belts,
Mm-hmm.
wallets, handbags, and jewelry.
Mm.
That's mostly primarily what I sell.
So when people come to your store, like who's your audience mostly for like your target audience?
It's mostly women.
Women. Okay.
Women love to
Mm.
shop.
Mm.
But it's rare. I'll get like I do get men in there every once
Mm-hmm.
in a while if they're looking for something for their lady or their mom or aunt and sister. So I do get men that actually shop in the store. But it's mostly women.
Mm.
I would say
Yeah.
it's
That's a
80% of the business is women.
So when they come in your store, like they see you online, do they ask for like matching to match them with the clothes? They just want something to, like match the clothes. They want something like for like certain parties or certain going out, or like how's that work?
That's right, Justin. Mostly people who come in, they usually, and that's what I had to learn. Like
Mm,
with retail, a lot of the times people come into the store because they actually have in their mind, something that they need for a
mm,
particular event, like for maybe an event for a church or an event, a party, maybe you're going
mm,
out to a comedy show or to a concert. So sometimes people will come in and they know, like some women are very specific, like I'm going to a bridal party or a wedding and I need this and my dress looks like that. And sometimes they'll bring the outfits in and I'm able to match it up or style it with what they're telling me. So a lot of the times the people that do come in, they do come in with something specific in mind. But I do get people who just are kind of like walking around and they see the shop and then they'll
mm,
just come in and they just stumble in and then they end up buying because they see something that's cool or unique. And so I've been pretty lucky because I do
mm,
get people who just pass by and they just didn't know they were in the mood to
mm.
buy like
Yeah,
a necklace and they end up buying it. Yeah, so
that's
I've
pretty
been lucky.
dope. That's pretty dope. So talk a
Yeah.
little about the challenges you face like on a daily basis, or like from like because I know you switched from like brick and mortar to like online. So what are some of the challenges you face?
Oh man, the challenge is online. Like I told
Mm,
you, it's a little easier when you have a store. People come in, but the more you see now. When I first transitioned completely, I missed that interaction with humans coming in and seeing things with their eyes and saying, "Oh, this is really great. Let me buy it." Now I had to figure out social media, what that looks like, how to sell online, how to make your pictures look sellable. And in the beginning, I was really horrible because I didn't know what I was doing.
mm,
And I had like an Instagram page that was also my personal page because I had an Instagram page, but I didn't have like a business page. And
mm,
I took a class and that's what really opened my eyes to say, okay, Instagram is real, social media is real. It's not just for games. So I had to learn how to make pictures um,
like
more
poppy, like
sellable,
mm,
right? Pop,
mm,
yeah. And
mm,
then I have to separate my pages to make, okay, this is for my personal life where I have cocktails with my friends or I'm going to the movies.
mm,
And then Dazzling Accessories is a separate page where I'm selling my products and I'm not doing social activities,
mm.
things that you would normally do on the,
Yeah,
I was
plus you're
trying to
dealing with like
combine
customers too, because you like you don't want to like show them like you want to show them personable, but you don't want to be like too personable where they're like, oh, what this person like maybe a drinker, or they don't like what's
both.
up with this
Right.
person, you know? So
Exactly. Yeah, exactly that. And that was a challenge because I had no idea because I had a store for so long, like a physical store,
mm,
that I didn't know that these are there was an etiquette for posting
mm,
pictures. And so now more than ever, because of the pandemic, it's allowed me to really, um, get more customers because people are home and they don't actually
mhm,
have no choice but to go into the online space and shop.
mm. So speaking of the pandemic, how has it affected your creativity and like your business? Have you been like more like researching, more like finding how to grow your business online? How have you been working like the pandemic and all that too? Like all the time you have like being home.
Well, what I've been doing is really going in and learning on YouTube how to take more how to sell better
Mm,
online and perfect my online sales. I've reaching out to a lot of groups that I belong to
mm,
on LinkedIn and on Facebook, which is how I met
yeah.
you. And just reaching out to people with content. I had to learn that people like yourself and other vloggers and bloggers, those are the people who perform or who provide a platform for me.
Mm,
So if I reach out to other like journalists and people who are media driven, and then they can talk about my business,
mm,
it's sort of like the new wave of word of mouth.
yeah.
So the pandemic has allowed me to really take my time and just go online and find other content people to help partner with me to help get the
Mhm.
word out about my boutique. So the
Okay.
pandemic has been I've 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 been able to really like tap into my creative side and think out the box of okay, what can I do next
Mm.
to grab people's attention?
Yeah, it's great. It's like a time to really grow. So how can somebody support your business like in this time? How can somebody like support your business like buying stuff or looking at your products? How can somebody support you?
Well, they can definitely come to my website at bedazzlingaccessories.com. And, I have things for everyone. I have earrings that are $10 all the way up to like, stuff that's $100. So my price range is very affordable. So if someone wants to just make a purchase, that's the best donation that they can ever give.
Mhm.
I'm not opposed to not just taking gifts. So if someone
Mm,
wants to donate, they can cash at me at Velvet Lattimore, $ Velvet Lattimore.
mm,
But for the most part, support goes a long way by sales. So if want to just buy something for like your aunt or your girlfriend or just a friend, I have things for men too.
mm,
That's the biggest support that I would just be so grateful, and it would be a blessing if someone just felt the need to just,
mm.
okay, let me just buy this pair of earrings. I don't need earrings. Maybe I
Yeah,
can give it to somebody at Christmas or do early
yeah,
Christmas
we
shopping.
definitely support black businesses, especially especially nowadays. So,
Thank you. Thank you, Jessica.
so what are some of your like present goals now?
Oh, really tackling this online
Mm,
wave. Like really, I my goal is to have consistent foot traffic to my website.
mhm,
And I've received a big amount of followers. And so I'm really lucky because people are following me.
mm,
But my goal is to turn those followers into sales and
mm,
have a better conversion rate with my website.
mm,
So that's really, I want people to not just love me online and follow me on Instagram, but I want it to then turn into you clicking
mm.
on the pictures and actually buying it and stuff.
Yeah, that's the
So
hard part,
that's a
but that's
goal.
easy too. But yeah,
Yeah.
did you have any other
Yeah.
goals you
Also,
wanted to work on?
I would really like to connect more with more designers.
Mm,
I want to be able to keep this platform going. So I want to grow. Right now, I presently have about 10 designers that I work with,
mm,
but I would love to have, 100 designers.
mm,
I would love my website to grow like an Amazon or like an Etsy, where it's a complete marketplace where it is nothing but Black and brown designers that are able
mm,
to be featured and showcased.
mm.
It's really important to support local artists who otherwise would not have a platform or voice. And so my goal is to be able to get more people to find me online and have more designers get support and get sales through my website.
So how do you use your platform to like brand to promote yourself? Like how do you use social media?
Uh,
How do you use it like on a daily basis?
well, I post consistently, and I'm learning that there's like a whole metrics behind it. So just really like trying to not just post random stuff just
Mm,
because you posting, but really provide good content where that it connects with the people that are actually following me, where they feel engaged. So I don't want to just post, a pair of earrings for sale or buy these earrings. I want to be able to make my posts more personable
mm,
so that you feel like a sense of who I am and not just like these other big brands like a Macy's or whatever, where they're just literally posting earrings and
mm,
necklaces and jewelry, and there's no personality. So
mm.
I think you can get to know me through my Instagram and know my personality, but that's something I really want people. That's why I work at really
Mm.
making the best post, and I think before I post so that it's something that reflects me, so that you can feel like oh yeah, I know her, she's so cool, whatever. through my posts.
So I know you collaborated with like designers and all that too, but have you collaborated with other businesses? And how do you find those businesses and
I
designers?
have created, you mean like collaborations with like
Yeah,
big
like
brands or just
no,
businesses?
just like small businesses.
Oh, I've collaborated with other retail boutiques that don't really sell what I sell. So I've collaborated with like retail stores that sell small businesses basically. I have a friend that I collaborated and she's based in Harlem and she sells women's clothing, dresses. And I've been able to match my accessories with the clothes that she has. So I did a couple events last summer at the Brownstone. It's called the Brownstone in Harlem, and I was able to showcase some of my jewelry alongside with her clothes, her garments. And so I want to also reach out to more bigger organizations and do that. So that's another thing that I've been able to do during the pandemic is like send out emails to other companies to see if they would be interested in collaborating. I'm open to it. So if you know anybody,
Of
listen,
course, I'll
send
send
them
them
my
your
way.
way. Of course,
Yeah, collaboration is good. It
of
really
course.
is. It's what helps our businesses to grow.
So, final two questions. How do we protect like black businesses and small businesses during this time too, and support each other?
Um, well, if we support each other, the protection is there
Mm,
by us being able to. So if I reshare your content, if I reshare countless vlogcasts, and then my other sisters and brothers reshare countless vlogcasts, and he's doing a podcast episode 9 or whatever is airing on Wednesday. We need to start resharing our information,
mm,
and not just for you resharing it, but you tasking other people to reshare it too.
mm,
So by doing that, other people will be able to find out who Justin is and what your podcast is about. And the same thing with me. I think a lot of times people drop the ball because they just sort of say, oh, Velvet has a great shop, that's it.
mm,
But they won't go and reshare and tell others. Or when I post a picture on Facebook, it takes like 2 minutes to reshare somebody's business. And I
mhm,
think that that's the only way that Black businesses will grow, and that's the only way we'll keep the integrity, is by saying, oh, here's a great Black business, follow them. I think we also need more directories.
mm,
I think the more directories that we have that show where we can buy other Black products will help strengthen Black businesses as well. So I know that there are a couple like We Buy Black and
mhm,
a couple of, you've seen them. I think once we start having those, people won't really have an excuse to say, oh, I don't know where there's a Black owned
yeah,
cleaners, or I don't know where there's a Black owned shoemaker
mhm,
or a Black. I think a lot of the times people sometimes want to support and buy Black, but they don't know where to find
mm,
Black businesses, or they're not sure if it's a Black business. Um, I was talking to a friend the other day, and I don't know how this would happen, but I wish when I had a store that I could
mhm,
put in the window, you know how like the LGBTQ community, they can put a rainbow flag in the
yeah,
window that you
of
know that
course.
it's supported by
Mhm,
the queer community. If we could do that for Black businesses by putting like the red, black, and green flag in the
of course.
window,
Great.
or putting a sign, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Support, like this is a Black owned business. If you can put something like the same way restaurants put like an A rating
Mhm,
or whatever, like if you can do that, why can't we put like just a little flag in a window, or just this is Black owned? That way when you walk by the restaurant, you know that it's a Black owned
yeah.
business and that you're supporting and putting dollars into a Black owned business. I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
it in some, but you're right. Have you
Yeah,
seen that? I
not
think it would
enough.
be
I don't
great.
think I ever seen that. I think that and like a black Yelp too, like something like with like ratings
Right,
too, help people like
right.
get their ratings up and all that too, like reviews and all that too. I know a lot of people do like on the Facebook groups they do like review recommendations, but like it's like so it's Facebook, so everything is like condensed and there you see like a lot of posts in a minute, so you may miss something. So
Right.
so if we have
That's it. That's
mm,
exactly what I think
mm,
needs to happen.
yeah, of
Exactly
course.
what you said. It would be so helpful. Because I've had friends say to me that they say, oh, I want to support Black. I've had white friends actually say this to
Mm,
me, but I don't know where to find them. How do I know that it's a Black owned business?
mm,
If you go to my Instagram page, I made sure to put it in my bio
Mm,
that I'm a woman of color supporting people of color. But someone pointed out to me that like not everybody knows what the acronym, like the hashtag POC means.
mm,
So I had to like really spell it out. But I put it in my bio
mm.
that so maybe people will know from there. But I think more businesses that are Black owned, if they can do that, it would be very helpful.
Yeah, so it's like a next step to people like growing their businesses now at home. So we have like Facebook now. We have all these collaborations going on. So I think that's the next step. We put everything together and like grow.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It would be dope.
Yeah. So like finally, I like to end with like a positive message from you, like to like the people watching and like potential customers. Anything you want to say to the people out there?
If you are an entrepreneur, I would say, and I say this all the time, to my the people who are starting out, like if
Mm,
this is your first business, definitely don't give up. I know that it's a struggle. So there are times where, like I said, that I've experienced where I'm just like, Dad, I can't even freaking get on the train, or I'll
mhm.
stand at the turnstile and hope somebody
Yeah,
swipes me. Um,
yeah,
but I definitely think that the struggle is worth it. Never ever give up. If this is something you're passionate about, you will definitely see the rewards. Don't just start a business just to start a business, but find a business that it's something that you're passionate about, and definitely God will provide you with the resources and the money will follow. In the beginning, it might seem really rough, but if this is something you really love or you're passionate about, I guarantee, I know it sounds sappy and very Disney and very Oprah-ish, but it is true facts. Like I've been doing this thing since 2007 and it took at least 5 to 6 years for people to really like for me to start
mm,
seeing crazy money start happening and that I was able to afford to be able to eat out and not
yeah.
be
And be
stressed out.
independent, not working on the five. So yeah.
Yeah, I am a full-time entrepreneur.
Mm,
I do not work for anybody, but it's a definite hustle. Don't be opposed to getting these little side gigs because that's what I did. Like I'll gig here and there or, a temp assignment here and there. Don't be afraid to roll your sleeves up because I think sometimes people are like, oh, I'm above that. I would
mm,
never, do Postmates or whatever it is.
mhm,
Hey, I did it. And it helped to put money in my pocket,
mhm.
to just go through and pay for advertising or marketing or pay for my website. Like, because, you're not going to get an investor. Shark Tank doesn't really happen in real life to
Yeah. No.
people.
Mhm.
So, no, right?
Yep.
So
It's
don't be above
TV.
it. Yeah, and I think I talk to like entrepreneurs all the time, Justin, and they'll be like, "Oh, well, maybe I'm gonna get an investor." Newsflash, that doesn't happen. It
Thank,
doesn't really even
thank you for
happen for
speaking the truth, though. Thank you for speaking the truth, though. So people need to
doesn't
hear the truth.
happen.
Yeah.
Don't happen. Mm-mm. Not even with some white businesses. So
Hmm.
don't get it twisted. It's not even a race thing. These
Yeah.
fairy godmother investment people do not drop out of the
Mm,
sky. So
yeah.
you need to grind. Like you need to not be afraid to take a little part-time
Mm,
situation or a little BS gig to put money in your pockets that you're hungry. You're not hungry, but yeah, don't give up. If this is something you really want to do not give up. Just like really keep plugging at
mm,
it. And I'm serious, opportunity will come your way. Oh, and don't be afraid to work with people too. Like
mm.
sometimes entrepreneurs get really stuck in their heads and they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to work with Justin. Like, who's
Yeah.
he?
Mm,
Don't do that because you don't know what that person's platform can provide for you.
of course. So finally, drop your social media with Instagram, Facebook, and then your website.
Okay, it's very easy. The Dazzling Accessories, which is VEDAZZLING. Accessories with an ACCESSORIES.com, or Facebook, Dazzling Accessories, Twitter, just Dazzling, Instagram, Dazzling. I'm on Tumblr as Dazzling Accessories. So I'm pretty much, you can Google me now. Hey,
Mm.
I'm Googleable now, so
Oh,
you can click me.
congratulations!
I
Congratulations!
know. I Google myself a lot, and I'm like, who are these fucking haters? So yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and it's Bedazzling Accessories. So yeah, you could just Google me and put in Vdazzling Accessories and all my information will come up. But I'm on all platforms as Vdazzling or Vdazzling Accessories.
That's great. So thank you for coming on, and thank you guys. Support Velvet and Bedazzling Accessories, guys. Go out, support, like, comment, buy, support. So, you know.
Thank you, Justin, for
Uh,
providing this
Thank
space
you
for me.
very
Thank
much.
you.
I appreciate you.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye
Have a
bye,
good day.
everybody. Bye.